morning, everyone. Excuse me. This is Sean Butner with Start Your Day with a High Performance Coach. Hope you are well this morning. Hope everything's going good. I am super excited to be here. So we just finished a series on the 5 pillars of high performance. So check that out for the last couple of, last week we've been going over that. Today I want to talk to you guys about a really important topic called sleep. And really, you can win the day with a good night's sleep, and it can make a whole difference in how you show up, how you're present, how you make decisions, how you can think through things with a little bit more sharpness, all because, you're able to get that sleep. And I am talking to you as someone who has a little bit of chronic insomnia, so it's something that I have been learning along the way in my 38 years here on the planet. So let me share with you a couple of things that have really helped me struggle, or that have caused me to struggle. So first off, I'm not sure if you guys have ever had that overactive mind, but that's usually when I have insomnia. It's usually either allergies or it's I just haven't had my mind settle, and it'll spin and spin and spin, and you get more and more worked up the more quiet you try to be. And before you know it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And then, you start to feel stressed, you start to get, angry at yourself for not going into slumberland, and you can really, really, throw off your week, your day, and it's consistent, just your quality of life really tanks. So, that's kind of where I was in high school. More allergies now, and that is a whole other thing. But there are things that personally that I've noticed that help me with that too. So what do you do when you have that overactive mind, or what do you do when you can't fall asleep? And there's really good books out there. I think it's Brad Walker. He's a psychologist at UC Berkeley. Has this book on sleep. Ariana Huffington has a really good book on some very practical things you could do to get a great night's sleep. But in general, it's how do you take care of your mind during the day so that you can go to bed fairly easily, right? And so what causes your mind to spin? For me, it's working over a situation, kind of like George on Seinfeld, like the jerk factory syndrome, where you have something and you're overanalyzing it. As an analytical dude, that happens to me all the time. I'm not sure about you guys. So how do you get that stuff out of your head? How do you deal with emotions? There's a lot of intense feeling going on, a lot of anger, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. How are we handling that during the day so that by the time we get to our bed, we can say, you know what? I did the best that I could today. I'm happy with how I showed up today. Good night, and lights out. So part of that, having a meditation practice. Part of that is having a journaling practice. Part of that is, being able to exercise your body to work out some of those emotions. Those are the basic things most people tend to know but don't consistently implement, in my observation of the world. So, go back to the basics. Those are 3 things that can help you kind of, get ready for bed and prepare your mind. Another thing that people tend to get tripped up on with sleep is this belief that there's some type of superhuman that can survive on 4 hours of sleep every night. And, there's a reason why, in the Geneva Convention, that's sleep deprivation is a form of torture, because you can't do that consistently. Or when you talk about the was it Navy SEALs that have the Hell Week where you don't sleep for a week, it's to prove that you can do it. It's not to live into that life. You need to know how you react when you're sleep stressed, but you don't want to live that, because everything just sucks. It's terrible. So don't most people, I think it's 98% was the statistic I read in one of those 2 books, don't have the gene that says that you can get by on little sleep. So just assume that it's probably not you. And for an adult, it's 7 to 9 hours is the recommended thing that we've seen in high performance that tends to make the big difference. You can visibly see a drop in your IQ for anything less than 7 hours. So if that is incentive enough to say, like, get at least 7 hours or you're going to be dumber, then, yeah, I don't know what's going to motivate you. So don't be dumber. Get your 7 hours of sleep. Part of setting up the environment, too, like, you want to keep sleep basically for sleep and for, sexy times if you have a partner. But you don't want to be watching TV or eating food in the place where you're sleeping. So then you're starting to train your body that this isn't a restful spot. It's where you do stuff. So that's basic sleep hygiene. Having like a ritual at the end of the day that prepares your body for sleep. So yeah, everyone, like, you wash up, brush your teeth, that kind of stuff. It could be like putting on like comfy pajamas. It could be like dimming the lights. It could be, giving your environment cues that it's time to wind down can help you, sail off into sweet slumber. Also, like, temperature, right? Everyone has their specific temperature that they like, but I think the general rule is colder is better. It's like 68 degrees is the recommended thing. I have a thing called a chili cube, and that thing is a game changer. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but I do love their product. We use it every night, and each side of our bed, with me and my wife, we can control the temperature. So I have mine at like a cool 62. She's at like 74 on her side, so everyone is comfortable enough to get the sleep that they need without having to, like, for me, for quite a while, especially in the summer here in California where we don't have air conditioning, it could be, uncomfortably warm for most of the night, but that helps. So chili cube's awesome. Having your habits to wind down, clearing your head is enough, again, what we talked about with sleep. And then the fourth thing is, this is a little bit weird maybe, but at the end of the day, you want to say, you know what, I've lived into the best of who I can be. So, when, your head hits the bed, you're like, I got everything that I needed to get done to the best of my ability. Don't have anything outstanding that needs to get done. Or you can get that all out on a piece of paper too. If you have like tasks that you keep thinking about, like, just journal it out. So you have a list for tomorrow. You're like, okay, today is done. Tomorrow's a new day. Good night. And when you can have that, like, mantra before bed, that also can help. It has helped me. So, all right, that's all I want to really share about sleep, because when you get a good night's sleep, you win the day. Again, like, if you're not getting enough sleep, talk to your family and friends to see if they like being around you. And I'm sure you'll get some, like, awkward, like, yeah, you're fine, So, it is super important. And I'm not sure if you've ever worked with someone that didn't like to sleep and they were really grumpy. So, don't be grumpy. Don't, penalize yourself intellectually by not getting enough sleep. You guys can go out and do it. Do what you got to do. If you would, post your favorite evening rituals or things that help you sleep. I'd love to hear that. So share it for the group too, because I don't have all the ideas. This is just the stuff that works for me. So that said, guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great Wednesday, hump day. Go crush sleep tonight and see how crazy your day changes tomorrow, okay? All right, guys. Take care, and talk to you tomorrow.